everybody! Welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Redloff, aka Stampin Blondie, and thank you for joining me for another week of live paper crafting. I'm here to take you step by step through two projects today featuring brand new product from the upcoming 2021-2022 annual catalog. Now, let me just make sure that I am live here on Facebook so I can follow along with your comments. If you're watching, make sure to comment, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see where everybody is joining me from each week. If you are watching via replay here on Facebook or YouTube, comment and let me know that you were able to watch here as well. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. It was beautiful here in southern Tucson. A little bit chilly yesterday and today, but I am ready for some higher temperatures later this week. Like I said, I hope you had an amazing weekend. I'm excited to bring you these products today. Now, some of the products that you see are only available for the month of March, and they will be available starting tomorrow. So it's a little sneak peek of some new product just for March and also coming in our upcoming annual catalog. Now, I hope you are excited to join me for these projects today, but let me go ahead and jump right in and I will show you the products and projects that we are going to be completing today. So let me flip the camera, there we go. So today I have two projects featuring the new Butterfly Brilliance stamp set and the coordinating die set, paper, and some exclusive items just available in March. So today I am going to be featuring the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. Now, I kind of teased this stamp set a little bit earlier last week during Makers Monday, so I'm excited to show you this stamp. And yes, stamp. This is one giant stamp, and it's so fun because you can cut out all of these butterflies at once. So you stamp once, cut once, and you have enough for multiple projects to create some really fun things. Now, along with this stamp set is the coordinating Brilliant Wings dies. So today we're going to be using this one giant die for both of our projects, but it does include these two sheets of dies for the one die set. You get the outline of the dies, these really intricate butterflies, but something I'm really looking forward to are these kind of crisscross dies right here. Now, this is an impression die. It doesn't entirely cut through your paper, it just makes this pattern onto your paper and it creates kind of a texture to your paper. It's really fun. So today we're going to be creating two projects using the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set and dies. Now, these are the two projects that we are going to be creating today. This first one here uses the stamp set with the die, and this one we're going to use the coordinating designer series paper with the die. So you can see two different projects, both beautiful, and using some really fun new products. Now, the Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper is new for just March. This product is only available for this month, but the coordinating stamp set and die will continue on and be in our 21-22 annual catalog. So these are fun coordinating designer series papers and also this Natural Touch specialty paper. So I'll bring it up a little bit. This Natural Touch paper, oh, out of shot there. The Natural Touch paper, it's a thin paper that has this really fun wood texture to it. It creates beautiful backgrounds that we're going to use on this project here today. And it's really simple to create texture to your project without any needed steps or embossing because the paper is already textured for you. Now, the Butterfly Bijou 6x6 Designer Series paper comes with all of these coordinating colors inside, and it has some really fun pattern pieces to it. I like this paper because not only do you have butterfly images on one side, the next side has these really pretty kind of watercolor splotch looks, and that's what we're going to use on this project here today. It's actually this paper here. So it's fun to create this ombre watercolor background look without actually having to do ombre watercolor background. And this paper is really pretty, and the dies cut out this paper here. So we're actually going to use that with our die set today. Now, if you're joining me for the first time, each week I have something what I call Prize Patrol. Now, Prize Patrol is, all you have to do is watch this video, share it, and then you can be entered into Prize Patrol. So last week, our Prize Patrol item were these gold hoops, the gold hoop embellishments. I use these on my projects, and they're really fun to create with, and you can create so many different things with these gold hoops. You get a full package of the gold hoops. And our winner for last week's Prize Patrol is Penny Lyman, and I know she's watching, so congratulations, Penny. You are our Prize Patrol winner for last week. Now, this week's Prize Patrol is probably one of my favorite things that is super easy to use from our annual catalog, and no matter what your skill level is, you can create beautiful projects with this. Wink of Stella Glitter Brush. If you are not familiar with what Wink of Stella is, this is perfect for any crafter. I do not have loose glitter in my craft room for a multitude of reasons. The first being is my husband is active duty Air Force. If he was to get glitter on his uniform, he could then pass that on to coworkers who are going to be deploying soon. And glitter in deployed locations do not mix very well. So I like to use the Wink of Stella glitter brush because it's contained in here. There's no loose glitter, and you can easily paint on your projects where the glitter is going to be. And I'm actually going to use this on my project today. So if you are wanting to have entering into Prize Patrol, all you have to do is share this video and just comment that you shared, because sometimes Facebook is a little wonky and doesn't let me know when everybody has shared. So make sure to comment share, and congratulations to Penny, who it is also her birthday and she won Prize Patrol. So happy birthday, Penny, congratulations, and make sure to share this video if you want to be entered into this week's Prize Patrol. Also, each week I have a free PDF that is on my website with all the details, all the products, item numbers, and everything that I'm using on my projects today. So you can print this off from my website, follow along, and you can create these projects with this video. Now, the link to this will be posted after this video is over, but it has all the details and all the dimensions for the projects I am creating today. All right, so like I said, we have these two projects featuring the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set and coordinating dies. We are gonna work on this project first, and I wanted to start on this one first because we are going to make these butterflies come to life with Stampin Blends. This stamp set is perfect to use with Stampin Blends. You can create really photorealistic butterflies with this, or you can use crazy colors like I did. I'm not sure if there are pink and blue butterflies in real life. I know there's blue ones, I think, but not pink. But creating fun projects with a variety of Stampin' Blends colors is what they're there for. All right, because we're gonna be using Stampin' Blends, I want to make sure that my project space is covered. I've got my grid paper with some old mousse on there from Christmas time. You can reuse your grid paper over and over, which is the best part. And today I'm gonna show you a fun tool because this is one big stamp. So stamping this is really easy with our Stamparatus. If you are not too familiar with what our Stamparatus is, it is a stamp positioning tool. It helps you to stamp in the same spot over and over to create projects that are easy to use. And if you have a hard time getting ink on your stamps and trying to line that up to be exact each time can be a little difficult. So the Stamparatus is perfect for those that have those issues. Now, like I said, this is a stamping tool. It's a platform. It's magnetized on the bottom. So if you have a pacemaker, I highly suggest you do not use a Stamparatus. These magnets are very, very strong. So strong that they can even snap together from as close as they are right now. If you have a Stamparatus and the magnets do snap together, the best thing to do instead of trying to pry them apart is to slide your magnets away from each other. I've seen some people add washi tape to their magnets or duct tape, but I've been very careful about keeping them apart from each other. Here is our butterfly Brilliance stamp. Because this is one giant stamp, I want to use the Stamparatus. And I'm using just a regular piece of basic white cardstock. So I want to make sure that my magnets are nowhere near each other when I'm trying to position everything here. So I'm just going to line up my paper, and I'm going to put one magnet on top and see where this closes at, and then I can add my second magnet there. Now with the Stamparatus, this is perfect for creating Christmas cards. You can set it up for one design. The plates flip, so you can actually have another stamp on this side, and it comes with another plate, so you can have 4 stamping sides for creating projects. I create thank you cards for my sister's business, and she orders 100 to 200 cards at a time. So the Stamparatus is a lifesaver when I am creating those cards. I can watch TV, ink up, and just flip my papers back and forth. So we are going to use Tuxedo Black Memento ink because we are using Stampin Blends today. Remember I had talked about before stinky versus non-stinky. So Memento ink is not stinky. Your Stampin Blends are stinky. StazOn ink is very stinky, and you would use that with watercolor pencils. So that's how I remember which black to use with my Stampin Blends. So non-stinky ink and stinky markers. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp. I'm pulling this off my Stamparatus just because I don't want my my camera to shake. Normally I would ink this up right onto my desk, but I don't want my camera to shake for you guys. All right, so we've got that inked up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna close our hinge and press. So with this, you really wanna press, but the good thing is if you don't get your ink evenly dispersed, you can re-ink and it'll stamp in the exact same spot as you did before. All right, see how I've got some missing ink over here and right here? If I tried to line this butterfly up without intricate as it is, there is no way that this would line up if I was just to try to eyeball everything. So the Stamparatus is perfect for lining everything up when you are using intricate large stamps like this. And we're gonna put it right back into our hinge and close. And I'm gonna press down again to get all of that ink transferred onto that again. And open. And there we go. It looks great. So we've got, that was just 2 ink rounds. You can go darker if you want it to be really ultra dark, but this is perfect. So we're just gonna slide our magnets off. Yep, Carol uses washi tape. So some people, oh, I got some ink smear. That's okay. So Carol uses washi tape on hers, but I like the magnets. They're super strong too. All right, we are going to cut this now. So because this is one big die, here's what it's gonna look like. Before I even put this down onto my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I am gonna use washi tape to hold this down. I want to have it hold my die in place, so when I run it through the machine, it's not gonna move anything. So I'm just gonna line up my butterflies. So it's gonna cut, and I'm just gonna put washi tape on the top of my die and then down here at the bottom as well. So that'll hold it right into place as I run it through the machine, and it's not gonna move around or have any issues with sliding as you run it through. Now, because this is a larger size die, we need to use the Big Boss, the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This won't fit through the mini machine, but it fits perfectly right through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'm layering my sandwich, and I'm just gonna run it through. It will make crunching noises, cracking noises. That's normal. It's cutting through your paper. So it's gonna cut right through. And because we have that washi tape there, some of our pieces will easily fall out, but the ones that were just attached with washi will just pop right through. And you can reuse this washi tape for our next project we're gonna do too. So I'm just gonna put that off to the side. Now, don't throw this away. There are so many fun things that you can use with this for stenciling. So these are perfect for background pieces to sponge on your project. I didn't do that for any of my projects today, but you can use this as a really fun stencil. So I'm gonna keep that piece for me. All right, we've got all these butterfly pieces here. And the best part is, if you were just needing one of these, you could have so many of these for different projects. Today we're gonna use this giant butterfly piece, this middle-sized one, and then this one here. So I now have 3 extra pieces that I could create the same project with, just different versions of my butterfly. So you can always keep those and save those off to the side. All right, Stampin' Blends. I love Stampin' Blends, and this project is like the creme de la creme of all the Stampin' Blends. So I have like every color of Stampin' Blend on here. So we are going to color this blue one here first. And so I've got Pool Party and Bermuda Bay Stampin' Blends. So what I'm doing is I'm starting with my lightest Pool Party blend first, and I'm gonna use the brush end. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work the blends from lightest to darkest along the wings. Very quickly, you can see that the butterfly will take its color. And I'm gonna reserve the light Pool Party Stampin' Blend for the end of our project. So I'm just quickly coloring in all of the butterfly wings. And like I said, you can get really intricate and detailed with these Stampin' Blends and with these butterflies, but with Stampin' Blends, they blend together so well. So I wanted to try 2 different sets of Stampin' Blends on my wings. So quickly color in. And now I'm gonna come back with my lightest Stampin' Blend, the Pool Party, and I am just gonna blend the entire wing together. Now, even though we had Bermuda Bay and Pool Party on the same colored wing, the light color just blends all the lines together and brings it together. So we've got our Pool Party. Next is this pink butterfly. So I've got Flirty Flamingo and Rococo Rose for this. So I'm gonna start with my light Flirty Flamingo right here in the middle and work my way out. You can see I'm just quickly running my Stampin' Blends over the wings. I'm not trying to do any sort of design with these. Save that light flirty for the end. And we're just gonna build the color on there. And then my dark Rococo Rose at the end. Now, tip about Rococo Rose. If you like this or any of the other 2019, 2021 annual in colors, I highly suggest you get them now. They will be on our retirement list that debuts March 24th. So in like about 3.5 weeks. These colors will sell out very quickly as soon as their retirement list is posted, and they will not be restocked. So if you like Purple Posy, Terracotta Tile, Seaside Spray, Rococo Rose, make sure to grab those now before they sell out. Just a little tip that I want to share. If you don't have the ink pads and you're thinking about getting the ink pads, grab the refills as well for the ink pads, because those and the ink pads are the ones that go the quickest. All right, we're gonna start with Light Mango Melody on this guy first. Here. Oh, and Pretty Peacock. I forgot about Pretty Peacock. That is my favorite color out of that whole in colors, and I am so sad that Pretty Peacock will be retiring. I love that, you know, especially for Christmas cards. You wouldn't think of Pretty Peacock for Christmas cards, but that is a beautiful color for Christmas cards. All right, and then our last blend here, Pumpkin Pie. So we had Mango Melody and Pumpkin Pie on this guy. So color that in, and you can just see how different it looks with the Stampin Blends on there. And then our last color, I'm coming back in with the Light Mango Melody, and I'm just going to blend all those colors together just to bring all the harsh lines away. All right, and then the last tip I have is black Stampin' Blends. Now somebody be like, how can you have a light black and a dark black? So black Stampin' Blends, what I like to do is I like to take the tip end of my marker here and color in the middle of the butterfly. So it's quick and easy just to fill in. I'm using light black, not sure how you can have light black, but we are just gonna color in our markers here with color in the blends of the middle of the butterfly. So if you have black Stampin' Blends and you're like, how do I use these? Coloring in the middle of your butterflies is perfect. All right, so we're gonna start with building our card now, and we can get our grid paper out of the way. We've got basic white cardstock. I've cut this at 5.5 by 8.5. This is a piece of cardstock cut right in half and scored down the middle. And I have a piece of that Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper cut at 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. This is the background, that really pretty butterfly ombre. And we're just gonna adhere this with our Stampin' Seal. Now, because the butterfly stamp set does not have any sentiments with it, I decided to use a set I have not used yet. And this is called Enjoy the Moment. This is a stamp set from our annual catalog, and it's really fun because it has these great font sentiments to it. So for this one, I'm using the Enjoy the Moment stamp, and we're gonna use this one on our next project. The friendship is found in simple things. So we've got our stamp, and we're just gonna ink that up with the Memento ink onto the lower left-hand corner of our project. And I wanted to stamp my sentiment before I layered my butterflies. This will be my guide as to where to put my butterflies at. So we are gonna now layer those and lay them onto our project first, and then we're gonna glue everything down. So I just kind of want to get an estimate of where everything's gonna go. And we're gonna adhere these two, the yellow and the blue one first, because they are our backgrounds, and then this one here will be done with Stampin' Dimensionals. Because these butterflies are a little thinner, I don't want to use tape runner just because it is easier to use liquid glue on these. So we're just gonna put those at an angle. These two are gonna go at the same angle for our card. And then this butterfly is gonna go in the opposite direction, and like I had mentioned, we're gonna use Stampin Blends to adhere that down. 4 Stampin Blends will work perfect for this butterfly, 2 on each wing. And we're gonna adhere that, like I said, at the opposite angle of there. And then as the final touch, the Wink of Stella glitter brush. This is what is our Prize Patrol item for this week. Now, this one is almost empty, but I just got a little bit left to put on here. Now, the best part about Wink of Stella is that it's buildable. So if you find that as you've added your first layer of Wink of Stella, it is not as glitter as you want it, you can always wait for this to dry just a little bit and build on the glitter. All right, I think my Wink of Stella brush is just about done, but this is our first project featuring the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set and coordinating dies. Let me know what you guys think about this project. I really like the background, the Stampin Blends. You can see the difference in just this that was cut. And the Stampin Blends really make these projects stand out. So that is our first project today. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. All right, our second project is this one featuring the Butterfly Brilliance Designer Series paper, the Butterfly Bijou paper. So this project, let me grab my supplies here. This project is actually going to use this piece of the Designer Series paper. Now the best part about this is our one die from our die set will cut out 6 of these butterflies all at once. So just like our previous project, I'm going to lay my die right onto my Designer Series paper, and I'm going to use that washi tape from our last project to adhere the die right to our Designer Series paper like I did before. Everything is already spaced out for you, so you just have to lay the die right onto the paper and it'll cut all 6 butterflies for you at once. So it's very easy to do this. I love when Stampin' Up! Has our Designer Series paper coordinate with our dies, because then I don't have to fussy cut all of these out. They can just have one die to cut everything out, and it's a lot of fun. All right, bringing back in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and our plates here. So we've got our base layer, our first plate, our Designer Series paper, and our last plate, and we're gonna run this through the machine. Again, the crunching and creaking noises, that's normal for this as it's cutting through your paper. I'm gonna put that off to the side. And for this, we're just gonna layer that. And just like our last die that we did, it cuts out all of these butterflies. And the best part, they're already colored in. You don't have to have Stampin' Blends to create this project because the die cuts the paper and then you don't have to color them in, which is perfect. All right, we are gonna use a piece of basic white cardstock, and this one's cut at 4 1/4 by 11. So our previous one was a piece of cardstock cut straight across, and this one is cut straight down. So it's gonna create an easel card. Now I'm also using a piece of that Natural Touch Designer Series paper. This is that specialty paper. You can see it's very thin. It kind of reminds me, like I had mentioned before, for mica countertops or like just some balsa wood. It's really thin like balsa wood. And this is cut to the exact same size as my card front here. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's gonna cover the entire front of our card. And we're just gonna use our Stampin' Seal to adhere that right to our card base. So we've got that. And there we go. So it gives it that texture on the front, but then you have white on the inside to be able to write your sentiment or whatever you'd like on the inside. All right, I also have a piece of the Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper, and this is cut at 4 inches by 3 inches. This is actually the opposite side of the designer series paper that we used from our last project, and I really like the rainbow ombre look to this. You can see these are from the same sheet of paper, but the look of this project is going to be different because I cut a different section of our designer series paper. All right, so we are going to adhere that to our project. Oh, and I'm out of tape runner. So let me just change that out. And you can see how easy it is. It just comes out, pops right out. And then our refills are in these little pouches, and you just pop it right in. Quick and easy to change out. So don't throw this part away. If you have the Stampin' Seal, don't throw the case away, and it just pops together and you're good to go. So let's continue on. I just need to advance the adhesive, and there we go. So we got our butterfly paper, 4 inches by 3 inches, and we're gonna put that towards the upper right-hand corner of our project. I've got a piece of basic weight cardstock that was cut with the stitched shape dies. If you are a new crafter or you're looking for some great die shapes, these stitched shape dies are the best. They come with circles, squares, and ovals in a variety of sizes, and they are the key to very simple projects with this stitching around it, and you can create some great designs with that one die set. All right, for this project, I decided to use the blue butterfly and this pink one. Now, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because my previous project had that blue and the pink down here in the corner, but this one has more of the mint and the pink. So I'm gonna use this bigger butterfly with the pink here. The first one, I'm just adhering with my liquid glue. A little bit of liquid glue will go a long way. And this is a brand new bottle, so I don't even have to squeeze it. And then this butterfly is gonna go down with Stampin' Dimensionals. Because this is a smaller butterfly, you only need 2. And then that's gonna go at the opposite angle as well. Now for my sentiment, and then look, I have all these other die cut butterflies that I can use for more projects. So I've got butterflies on butterflies for more projects. I am gonna use that Friendship is Found in Simple Things from the Enjoy the Moment stamp set that I showed earlier. And so we are gonna stamp that on a piece of mint macaron cardstock. Now, because we have the mint here, it really ties everything together. And I'm just using a scrap piece of this mint cardstock and my rectangle postage stamp punch. So this punch is found in the annual catalog, and it's really easy to create a fun border for this piece. So I've just got that, line that up and punch, and you've got this fun little postage stamp design. And there is a coordinating stamp to go with this, but I just have the punch because I like the punch more. And I'm gonna adhere that with some liquid glue, quick and easy to glue that into the lower left-hand corner of the project. All right, it wouldn't be a Stampin' Blondie project without some kind of ribbon for Maker's Monday. This is the Fine Art ribbon from the January through June mini catalog. It's got this really fun gold glimmer to it. And I'm going to cut about 8 to 9 inches of ribbon for the bow. Now this is, even though it has that glitter in it, it's very easy to tie into a bow. I know some of the other glimmer ribbons, because it has that metallic in it, it's a little more stiff, but this is very easy to tie into a bow. And we're gonna adhere that with liquid glue into our corner here. And I'm gonna add a clear block just to hold that down for a few seconds. And then the matte black dots. Now these are really fun embellishments and they have been super popular. So right now they're currently on back order status, but they will still be available soon, hopefully. These matte black dots are fun embellishments that I wanted to use to be able to tie in the black from the butterflies, but you could use basic rhinestones, pearls for this project. Any other kind of embellishment that you may have would work here as well. All right, so this is our last project using the Butterfly Brilliance. Actually, we didn't even use the stamp set here. We used the Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper. So this is just a way to create another project using the paper and the die without stamping from the butterfly stamp set. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed our 2 projects today. So here's a recap. Let me know which one you enjoy the most. I think I prefer this top one. I really like the Designer Series paper and how I don't have to color anything, and it's super easy to create these projects with minimal supplies. All right, I hope you all enjoyed another week of Makers Monday. Make sure to join me next week at 5 p.m. Mountain Time right here on my Stampin' Blondie page as I create some more projects for you step by step. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you next week. Bye.